It's the spark of the thought that takes root. The aspect of free thought in a world that tries to stop the spread. 10 toes down, front line for the people. We speak life to those that can and will hold that power. Of course, if it don't apply, let it fly. But if you take offense, then obviously we're talking to you. So welcome, have a seat, and join the discussion, because class is in session. Black Codes, Foundation 101.
Welcome to Back Close. We are Foundation 101. I'm Dex.
D to the OT.
Chef Zeke.
And Frank Starfire.
Now today we just gonna vibe and talk about some conspiracies. So, any good conspiracies anybody got?
Oh, he's just gonna vibe into that.
Word, how you vibe
That's
into
what
the
vibe
conspiracies? Like,
Because when you smoke and you get high, you vibe into a deep ass conversation about some deep ass shit.
I feel
So
like that was
like I
conspiracy,
said-
bro.
I don't smoke weed, man. What you talking about?
I'm sorry, bro.
Moving forward.
I tried to sell that one. I couldn't. I'm sorry.
No, he's
Come
talking
on, man.
about.
It's a free country. Don't let them steal your soul.
Yeah.
You got a good point, actually.
I agree.
It's a super point. Like,
So-
honestly, I think that would be our first conspiracy we could talk about. The control of marijuana, bro.
There
What's
is no
I like
control.
Nah, I mean,
But like
yeah,
how
like,
they
it's
the,
a
the
Pennsylvania.
criminalization
It's a
of
class
How- what we're
A
doing.
Bullshit.
drug equatable with heroin. Like that shit is like.
I don't like to call it a drug because
I know. No, I mean,
It's
as far as
It's technically
the Food and Drug Administration or whoever makes these bullshit lists, cigarettes are cool, but the thing that helps with cancer, not so much.
Nah, because once you heal it, bro. Like on some real stuff. I think it's funny how it's controlled, and even how they sell it now in some states that's is legal, and like the way they're slowly releasing it and all that. Like, yeah, you gotta really think about it. If this has been proven to heal and fix whatever, like, what's really stopping all that?
On
What's the
top
fight?
of that, who has died from overdose of marijuana?
Not a soul.
That's what it really comes down to.
That's statistics. You can Google.
Yeah.
that.
How many
People die from
over-the-counter
cigarettes
drugs?
and everything.
Yeah, how many over-the-counter drugs people have died
Well,
over time?
Shit, let's jump it real quick and take it there. Look at the people got hooked on OxyContin and oxycodone. Now look at this big ass heroin epidemic that just came back. You know why? Because the pharmaceutical industry got people hooked back on opioids, and then they upped the price and ante on them some bitches. You know what's cheaper? Heroin.
Yeah, and that's some real talk
nuggets.
too.
Thank you, America.
Just
Good
saying, that's
old
some
And
real
a lot
stuff.
of our people is definitely in bookings because of marijuana. And now it's
Some
becoming more
serious
illegal
time.
in more states now.
Like, yeah, so how would you handle that? You got
I
20
feel like they
years.
need to start dumping them out of jail. People that's in those states, they got to come out of jail now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Reduce
It's over.
sentences
Yeah,
or whatever the
exactly.
case
It's
may be.
over.
Like they got to
It
start
should
coming
be.
out.
Yeah, it should
Especially
be
in the
right.
states where it's legal now.
Yeah.
Like technically,
Right.
they didn't break any laws now.
Yeah,
like,
now
And
it's over.
in DC, of course.
Especially depending on the time they did, yeah, they got to come out like right now. Like let's get them out their cell right now.
But you know that'll never happen.
Yo, that's
they
been
don't
50
never
what?
just let
Yeah.
nobody just go home from prison. So.
Like think about it. Somebody,
I mean,
Well, somebody should petition for some shit like that though. Especially in the states that it is legal,
Right.
people should be petitioning.
'Cause
You
it's
think?
like,
Do you think
yeah.
people are petitioning?
Well, I mean,
Yeah, I see.
oh,
No,
yeah.
I've heard a few things like when during the Obama administration, what he was trying to do towards the end of this legislation was just like release, which it did work. I think he's passed a bill that was getting a lot of those guys out of prison.
right.
But
If I
I
had
don't
a
know where it
dispensary,
stopped along the system.
I would have that. I would
Yeah,
have a petition at my dispensary for that shit.
I mean, well, here's the thing, and I think what it might boil down to is that if you're convicted of a federal crime regarding drugs, meaning like say you're trafficking marijuana across state lines and it becomes a federal thing, then you may be up shit's creek because
It's still
right as a
federal laws.
under federal law it's still illegal. Now under state law it's different. So if you say you got caught just in the state selling, then you should be pardoned for that automatically and just let go. Like, hey, sorry about that, my bad.
Well, we should start a petition or something like that.
Something needs to
Honestly.
happen because that's the conspiracy in itself.
Well, what-
Not making it. Well, not that it's being more recognized as like a positive thing. Like we said, people need to come out of jail because that's a conspiracy in itself. Having people in jail for that while people's out here selling it in stores, like it's a pair of kicks or something.
Yeah, right. The newest in ounces and ounces and whatever.
Like all sorts of flavors. Like it's ridiculous now. Before it was a real plant. Now it's science involved now.
Of course.
I think sometimes
Crossbreeding.
Oh yeah, not everywhere, but I'm saying it in weed itself. Like there's science involved in weed now.
I mean, there's science involved in the alchemical process of creating anything like that. So
botany, basically.
yeah, you know what I mean. Like there's, you know, you're gonna have some science, but
Man-made
it's
science.
right. But it's like I don't want, you know, phthalates pumped into my soil for that type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For food.
Don't
for that.
enhance it to the point where I hit this and
Paralyzed. I don't want to die.
Yeah, you ain't gonna die, but
That's
you just
not-
ain't moving from the table for a few hours. Like, I don't think it never need to get that far. I mean, I guess.
And in the history on the criminalization of marijuana, it isn't even because of smoking it. It's because of they wanted to destroy the hemp.
Right. Right.
So
Hemp, the seed,
because that
weed.
would have destroyed the paper businesses that they had going on.
Right.
So
Lobbyists.
yeah,
Who
You know
knew?
how that go? Business, man.
America.
And like, I mean, and if just to speak of that plant, let's bring some more plants or vegetables like GMO. We still live in a country that has like organic and regular. Like, how is that a thing?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a whole. That's to me like, and I cook like, you know, just being a chef, like you just gotta understand. You see the difference between these steaks and all this craziness. Like, how can we want to legalize shit and all that, but like, what is the business behind that?
Well, it's easier to control people when they're not healthy, because then they gotta depend on somebody.
Right.
Yeah, like the hospitals.
So if you have high blood pressure, you can't get the pills yourself. You gotta come to me, right?
That's true. Supply and demand. That's business.
And the fucked up shit is you could really just make something yourself out of some common herbs and ingredients, but people don't utilize their minds in that way. We use Google to look at cat videos, man.
I mean,
people
like, come
slamming
on, bro.
into trees.
I ain't gonna hold
I
it
never
against
have
you.
either,
Like,
but
if
don't
you-
act like it's not there. You know?
I know some people do it. Out there right now.
What they say?
I'm not mad at the guy that want to watch people
Where he's
fall off
scratching
of
his
stuff all day. I'm not, you know, that's funny. I can't lie. You know, you try tightrope walking a skateboard and you land on your face. You know, I'm gonna laugh at you.
Yeah.
You know,
But like, even with that, it's just like, if you can, if there was a short, the way they make it for people, it's like so you don't have to do any type of research or whatever. Like they do it all for you, and they'll say it really fast in the commercial. Like all that to me, that's a huge big business, whether America want to say it or not. Like,
But even with the children, like when they teach you that nutritional pyramid shit, that shit's a lie. But they teach it to kids as the truth, the God's honest truth. God's honest truth. and people actually start to believe that, so then they teach that to their kids. So when I tell somebody, oh, you know broccoli's not healthy for you, you're like, and you don't know what you talking about. Broccoli, and they
That's
told
my
you
veggie.
word,
That's my veggie.
carrots
What are you
ain't good
talking
for me.
about?
What you talking about, bro? So people don't want to hear the truth.
Right.
When in actuality, I'm telling you something that's gonna help you live longer, and they telling you some shit that's gonna put you in the grave sooner.
Right.
So,
Right.
control is all it's ever about.
You know, and it's funny. I ain't gonna lie. I thought I would die if I didn't eat meat. I can't lie. I straight cheese, not literally, but like just look, man. For 35 years, man, you know, steak and all that
Bro, I just
shit.
woke up one morning
it's
like
hard.
I'm not eating it. No
And you know what's funny? I did the same
I wanted to
thing.
try and do that.
And I've been doing just
Can't
fish
do it.
and vegan type. Like I've been eating more vegan things.
no,
and,
it's a different shit or not?
oh yes, definitely. I noticed my energy has gone way up. You know what I'm saying? I've noticed I got to find more time to exercise and things like that because I want to. I have mad energy, so I find myself wanting to do it. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Listen on
different.
basketball
But
court.
that testimony right there ain't enough to get you to switch, bro.
I mean, yeah, but
don't
then,
want
yo,
more
don't
No,
be trying to over here
not
sell that
necessarily.
religion, bro. Nah, you don't gotta do nothing, doc. Like, it's okay. It's okay, brother.
Like,
You
nah,
just
I
wanna live
do want
forever.
to change. I do want to change.
I'll live
but
forever,
it's just,
too.
It's just rough.
Yo, you know what I did the other day?
It's just hard to make that transition. Sometimes I do
made
want that
salmon black bean burgers.
And that shit smelled good.
You know what I mean?
If I eat fish, I would definitely
Salmon
would.
black
Oh, you gave that up too now?
Yeah.
See,
He's completely vegetable.
it's just like,
And it
that's
was
a lot to give up.
Yeah.
But honestly, your body really adapts. Like,
It will,
does.
but It like don't be selling my man them hopes and dreams over there, bro. It's all about a natural balance.
Bro, you over here with sleeping problems.
This dude.
I do have
I mean, yo, I ain't gonna hold you. Don't throw my health business. Hold on, wait a minute. My health business, sir. Yeah, mind your business, sir. This is a whole different world over here, bro.
Screw that.
No.
You
It's
sleeping,
actually
hold on,
intermixed.
Mr. Steak and eggs for breakfast. I made some freaking plantains and salmon for
Son,
breakfast.
The steak was about this big.
Oh, it was a T-bone. I'm
About
like,
this big.
now, I ain't
He had
had
this much eggs.
Right.
Nah, y'all didn't see the rest of it.
And I
The
can't
photo was set
lie.
up
It did
different.
look good.
It looked delicious.
We gotta get a picture of that for y'all.
Yeah,
I ain't see it
we're gonna-
myself neither. But that sounds good.
It did. And then I cried a little bit,
I'm
but
not gonna lie, it was juicy. It looked
it looked
delicious.
good.
Like
It looked good steak.
I ate meat.
yeah, right. But then I'm just sitting there like, damn, I'm just munching on these sweet plantains and this salmon. Like, yeah, this is good.
Just think about all the
that's
cancer that was
delicious.
in that.
Right. Hummus, man, that's my shit.
This is
Hummus.
legit, bro.
And I found these Triscuits. They're like fig and honey flavored with it. Oh,
Yeah, he went a whole nother route with this hummus thing. But that's not a conspiracy.
no, not at all. I just
The conspiracy about behind
Right.
healthy living.
Yeah.
right is that it's too expensive or
It's hard to get right because that's my suggestion.
yeah.
It's really not like it. Like you got to really figure it
hard
away,
to,
right?
right.
Because some of
then-
these stores do that on purpose.
Mhm.
And then there's a lot of misinterpreting what is actually healthy eating.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they'll tell you certain things are good for you when they're not. Like even kale, like some people say kale isn't good for you. Things like cauliflower, things you will go down the produce aisle and see. You don't know which produce to grab because they tell you this produce is good for you when actually it's a genetically
I
modified
don't think I've
bullshit.
ever seen kale
In the produce aisle?
in the produce aisle.
I mean, I think they only have it bagged, do they, right?
I don't
No, it's not like a salad aisle. It's like a vegetable produce.
Okay.
They have it fresh.
Yeah, you can get kale fresh,
you
but
know-
not like you probably got to get in a container because
Yeah.
if you ever seen kale grow, anyway, yeah, it's
But
there.
you know what I've also noticed though, and this is something that boggles my mind and angers me immeasurably. How do you have a whole section of like grapes that have and none of them have seeds, like that, and then have the audacity to call it organic? How can you call something organic if it has no seed?
That's a play on words because it was naturally grown in a lab.
Like don't believe don't fall for the okie doke.
And the seed grapes taste better. And
They really do. They really do.
so much more juicy. You can't beat that. I'm telling you, bro.
Healthy living.
Seeds.
Oh, with seeds?
Business.
I don't know who would eat them without.
Yeah, like a seedless
Yeah,
watermelon.
those-
I will throw that at you. Like,
Yeah, fuck seedless watermelons, man. What the hell?
He loves seedless watermelon.
I don't love it.
you're the Dorito too, right?
I'm not happy that they did it, but I'm kind of happy that they did it. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of bite it and spit it out, and that's here neither here nor there. I'm getting myself together, but yeah, I agree with them grapes though. But it's also convenient.
Yeah, that's that. But yeah, that it's definitely doable. It's definitely a change.
How
But
long have you gone so far without?
honestly, now I think it's honestly. Hey, look, I ain't no freaking miracle man. It's only been 2 weeks. I'm talking shit.
I was just asking.
I've been 2 months with no meat at all.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, and then the other day I got chastised for eating yogurt, so now I done cut that out too.
How long has it been
I don't
since
cheese
you started?
either.
Since you started though, like realizing like you
no,
wanted to change.
like stop eating like pork.
Yeah. Like how long has it been since the
It's
beginning of
gotta
the
be almost
transition?
like
You ever ate?
2
You used to
years.
eat pork?
Yeah, I eat pork when I grew up eating pork.
Wowzers!
But I haven't
Pork is lit.
eaten pork in maybe like 2 years.
Mm.
Probably like 2 years, just about.
Now, now let me ask you something. Do you celebrate Thanksgiving shit?
Yeah.
All right.
I can't wait for that.
I mean,
I think.
are you
With a plate
prepping Thanksgiving or are you going somewhere?
Oh, my girl's cooking.
Okay, so you're gonna have the vegan option.
I
and
mean,
all
no, I
that.
just told her to make all the regular food and I'll just eat sides.
Okay.
Like mac and cheese, collard
What?
greens.
So that's just
No, not cheese.
Oh,
Daya?
Non-dairy
the Daya?
cheese.
Oh, the Daya is Daya. I like
Data?
that. Nah, it's called Daya.
No, there's mad non-dairy cheeses.
Oh,
Really?
well, you just opened my mind. Sorry, I eat cheese.
I did something the other day I never thought I'd ever do too. I drank some milk. It was almond milk, and I drank it.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
Nigga, keep it back door.
He really did. I felt the same way. I felt the same way. He told me he ate some chicken legs. I felt like
You had milk?
Yeah, it was almond milk. I tried some almond. I bought one of them little jars. It was like $1. So I was like, all right, you know what? Let me give it a try. I did drink it, and it didn't make me want to hurl. So,
but I just stopped drinking almond milk.
Coconut milk.
Yeah,
man.
I'm trying to switch.
It's hard to find.
It's hard to find.
Give me that, bro. No, this mad brands.
Bro, I've been in Walmart. I've been looking through. It's really hard to find.
I will guide you. Don't worry.
I hope so.
I got you.
Because
they
you
got
had me
flavored
looking like an ass
vanilla
in
and
front of my
everything.
girlfriend.
Huh?
You had me looking like an ass in front of my girlfriend.
Whoa,
like Ezekiel said, it's back here in Walmart in the freezer aisle next to the.
That's not what I said.
Next to the lactate
not what
and
I
shit.
said.
Them niggas looking through.
Never
there ain't
said
no
that.
coconut milk in here.
For the exact, actually,
Nah,
it's in the dry
Ezekiel
cereal
said-
area, sir. Just
Bro.
saying. Just saying.
It's
You're out
warm?
here lying.
It's coconut milk. It don't gotta be refrigerated. Like that, certain things work that way, sir.
I don't know, man.
Once you open it, we can do this. We can check it. We can
You're
check.
right.
It's on. It's still
Nah,
natural.
I'm just gonna get
You can
actual
take-
coconuts and just make it from that.
You can also do that with the
Where
meats,
do you
bro.
find
That's what they
coconuts
do.
up here?
It doesn't pass me none ever.
Pass me not.
Pass
That
me
is one of them
not.
serious
Right there on
things.
what street is that? 196.
96, yeah.
Right there on 196, across the street from the ShopRite gas station.
All
Stop
natural.
by, get some all natural shit.
Definitely.
Free plug. There you go. No, I'm just kidding.
It's really all about better living. And
Yeah,
if
man. And
that's
they
what we
will-
gotta do to get people to start eating right.
Yeah. And she's
Pass me
Year's.
not, shout her out.
Word up, and the lady that owns it, she's awesome to talk to.
Be healthy.
Yeah,
Or you gonna love it.
we'll see.
Word.
But you
It's different,
This
man.
New Year's, we'll see how it's gonna come.
I ain't gonna lie,
But
man.
this Thanksgiving is going down.
Thanks, right? I can't lie. I did.
Like,
Probably.
no.
I swore to myself that I'm going to Thanksgiving because somebody
You gonna
asked
eat meat?
somebody asked me to make a pot roast, and I can't make something if I don't eat it. Like I can't make it and not
So
taste
that's gonna
it.
be your cheat day.
That's gonna be my cheat day. And I'm going to cheat like a motherfucker, and I don't care.
Where's the rest
I
of this
just
from?
hope you're prepared for the bowel movements
Oh,
after.
I'm always right.
terrible.
After you know these vegetables, I'm ready for that shit.
Yeah.
No,
It's a
you're gonna
different
be
game,
sitting
bro.
on the toilet for a while, my brother.
I do that.
And you gonna eat pork too?
No.
Oh, all right. So just turkey?
No, just the
everything.
beef. It's beef, yeah.
The beef might do you bad.
Yeah.
too.
But it's
But if it was pork, yeah, you definitely.
But I'm gonna make it in a slow cooker with some, you know what I'm saying, with some a lot of garlic and some
But your
good
body's
herbs.
just gonna reject it.
Yeah, because
Are you trying to go vegan? That's what you're trying to do?
that's my ultimate stop. Yeah, but I'm going through my my
Transition.
greatest hits of favorite foods. So that's why I'm on pescatarian shit, where I've been making a lot of I've been making my own clam sauce. You know what I mean? Because I got tired of buying canned clam sauce. Like that's just annoying. So I just make my own. You know what I mean?
Anything
Way
out of
better.
can and good for you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. No canned shit is good for you, but it is convenient.
Yeah, and that's what they try to get you with.
That's the
Convenience.
conspiracy right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
convenience.
The convenience of canned goods.
The
Convenience of life.
The convenience
that's
of being an
Donald's-
American.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Donald's
everything's all
burger.
convenient. It has to be.
Unless
It's not
you're
that
black.
it is. It has to.
And then
be.
if everything's convenient for you, you don't question anything.
Mm.
If everything is so smooth, like he doesn't have to want for anything, why would you question it?
Call that cattle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's easy to do it that way, bro. That's true. Like, I mean, you got all these things like Uber and whatever else is out there. Like, I remember walking was a thing, but like now you don't gotta walk because there might be somebody down the block from you that you don't know, but willing to give you a ride.
People don't
Like-
even want to walk up steps anymore, bro.
At all.
Steps.
Don't want to walk up.
I mean,
block.
I'll walk the 2 miles up the mountain to the supermarket if I really absolutely have to.
I think we mentioned this on an earlier episode. Frank, sir, you are an anomaly.
I'm just saying. But you know, it is just true because I like to walk. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy the time just to.
And then you're a New Yorker
I don't
at the
walk too
same
much,
time.
too.
Nah, I don't know,
I
bro.
have
I don't care what anybody says. There's a difference between New York walking and mountain walking, man.
Absolutely.
I walk like, what, 52 blocks just to do it? I would had no problem doing that. Out
You
here,
walk 52 blocks?
yeah, I got off the bus, bro. I'm telling you. I got there super early for some reason, and wherever I had to be didn't work out. So I just kept walking through the city. And I made it 52 blocks, and also I had a GPS that did not work, so I kept getting lost. But part of that and the importance was I walked it, and it was nice. See,
Through Manhattan?
Yeah.
At night?
Night and day, actually.
Yo, and it was beautiful, isn't it? The city that never sleeps genuinely does not. And I ain't gonna lie, I've gotten drunk when just walked through the city from like Harlem all the way to Wall Street. Boy, oh boy.
That's
I do
serious.
drunk and walk the city a lot too. That's mainly why I go out
You know
there.
what I'm saying?
It's a different lifestyle
It's a
out there,
different
bro.
vibe. You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
I did that one night.
If you're not used to it though, it would really fuck you up.
Right.
Because everything is mad confusing.
Very much, yeah. Especially at night, because there are things that are open, but it looks like it's not.
Not even that. One-way streets too.
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of those is in the city.
Mm-hmm.
One-way cities will fuck
I mean,
somebody up.
but New York, Manhattan, let me say Manhattan is simple because really it goes north and south and east and west. There really isn't much else to go. Even if you cut through the alleys and whatnot, you will still go either north, south, east, or west. Like, there's no other way to go. And I ain't gonna lie, if you just traverse the back streets of Manhattan, you'll find some gems and some cool shit, like different galleries and
The homeless dude that can sing.
right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Yo,
really true.
so Old Chester, Old Chester down there on Church Street. I think it was Church Street. Oh, I don't know if his name was really Chester, but that's where I saw his ass, and that's what he was doing. He was literally sitting there singing, and he might have been drunk, but it was of course like 4 a.m. So obviously, yeah. What else is there to do in Manhattan at 4 a.m? Drink. So.
It's a lot more.
Duh, but come on, family show.
But just to bring it back on the topic, convenience has led to a lot of, hardship in the black community.
Definitely.
As well. Because I feel like nowadays people are so reliant on if I go and tell my girl something, she won't believe me, but if she goes to the doctor and he tells her the same exact thing, she's gonna believe him.
Now all right.
Status, maybe?
I think you equate that. I think for a lot of people, subconsciously, they equate that paper with knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
The status.
And right, like, hey, you know what? He's got a degree in to be a doctor and to diagnose what I've got. Mm-hmm. You don't. So automatically, their mind automatically goes to, yeah, well, I don't care what you got to say. I'm going to let the doctor tell me if you're right. And then, of course, once you are found to be right, there's never any apology like, damn, he was right.
Backstory.
You know what I'm saying? But
I think that falls on the idea of groupthink. One of those convenient things. Like, we all do something if a lot of people do it. Like, we might not do it if not too many people do it. Yeah, that hive mind in a negative way.
And I think people really are hive-minded in our most natural form. I think we are a hive-minded society. We're supposed to be a hive-minded society.
We all work together.
And we move so far away from that now it's just like we can't even imagine being like that. Like, we're supposed to move like bees. We're supposed to do things for the betterment of our own society just cause. You shouldn't have a monetary benefit from it. You shouldn't have a physical benefit from it. You shouldn't have an emotional benefit from it. You should just do it because it would benefit society.
That's
but
right.
we're not there anymore.
good story, bro. But that's not reality for some folk. You know what I mean?
But that's the natural. It is the natural reality for everybody.
It should be.
It is if they got back to the natural. People don't really know their natural reality.
Right,
That's
I agree.
The problem.
I agree. You know what? If it came down to it, whether or not to help or to hurt, you know what I'm saying? Generally, you should hope that people would want to help. You know what I mean? But in this day and age, the concept of that convenience is meant to help. But the truth is, it's a hindrance because what you've created isn't exactly useful as you know what I'm saying? Like, think about it, you're using harsh man-made metals to hold living fruits and things that you've picked, It's not exactly the healthiest option. You know what I'm saying? I'm a nutritionist. But I can't imagine that metals leaching into your food is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, objectively,
But
I
even
understand
the
the
plastics
convenience.
leak into your food, and they
Right.
sell the Tupperware, and they do things that.
Right.
So let's take it a step further and talk about the biggest conspiracy and things like the Matrix type kind of touch on, like the conspiracy of the Matrix type shit. And how they have us all living in this reality, thinking that all this and money is important, when the actual importance, this shit is just $1 and it's just paper. It doesn't mean shit. Coins is just pieces of metal that don't really mean shit.
A damn thing.
Diamonds is just rocks found in the ground that don't really mean shit. Like, none of this shit really matters. We should be living happily. How do we explain the conspiracy of the Matrix to a layman, for lack of a better word?
Eesh, that's tough, bro. I mean,
the brainwash is the conspiracy,
right? Like
that's basically it. Like, we're born knowing, not even knowing. We're born and then we're taught automatically the bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, if you're really gonna figure out what is what, you gotta have to take your own path of life and figure that out on your own, or you're gonna have to meet somebody and they're gonna tell you, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna get that in a regular American school system. You know what I'm saying? You're just gonna, like, you're gonna just get school. Yeah, you're gonna get school, good job, college.
Marriage.
Marriage. It's just, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just like, that's how life goes. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're supposed to do.
And that's what they've created for us.
Right.
Yeah. And we're here trying to tell you it's more.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
There's way more to life than that.
This whole thing is just really a
it's
conspiracy.
a rigged
itself.
game, really,
Yeah.
and zero sum depending on who you are.
Yeah, and it
'Cause
goes in seasons.
The fact of the matter is like, we're still getting taxed on our life, and that's not how it should be. Like, we're not really living free.
Yeah.
Period.
It should not cost me
We're
anything
getting taxed
to
to
go
do
nowhere.
anything. Yeah.
Word.
Like,
It shouldn't cost you no money to do anything that make you
That
happy.
we could do on our own, and we don't do shit on our own, like you said. Like, time just made us that way.
Right. And technology,
Convenience.
I think, has made it a hindrance as well. We've lost touch with just communing with nature and finding happiness in the act of nothingness. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, me and Seb Z was talking as we was on our way over here. Like, I find joy in the act of reading. It's a simple joy. I find joy in the act of listening to nature while it does its thing. You know what I'm saying?
I find joy in silence.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And people don't equate that with value, but you know what?
Nah, it's not even that. We were just really. It was just a really, really, really successful brainwash, bro.
Right.
It was one of the best
that's what I'm
brainwashes
saying.
ever, because you can't
It
really
worked on the
blame it.
world.
Yeah, you can't blame it on people wanting things, because like, they was brainwashed to want those things. You know what I'm saying? It's not
They
even
never
their
needed
fault.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not even their fault. It's really all part of the brainwash.
Like, and if you ever look at that cell phone game, like, you ever peep how it changed? How, like, you started off with this big old block connected to a suitcase. I don't know if that's exactly where it started off, but you go on the call, you had the beepers and all that.
Oh,
then you
God,
got
beepers.
people
then
only
you
used
got
to bring their
texting.
cell phones like going like places.
Right.
Yeah.
It used to stay in their car, plugged
Yeah.
in.
necessary.
Right.
Yeah,
Not
but
even
now,
on.
Not
That is
even
just, now phones is on 24 hours.
Right.
The battery
You know what
run
I'm
You
saying?
can't even
Never
take the
know.
battery out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But think about it now. You got that little GPS in your pocket, constantly on, always on, even if you turn it
The
on.
brainwash
Right.
was just so great.
You know what I'm saying? You have a
That's so
Animals
crazy.
are-
You have a tracking device on you at all time. Your Twitter and your Instagram and your Facebook and all that shit is tracked
That's
no matter
So
what
if you
you
don't really believe in that Matrix shit, you are being
You
watched
are-
right now. You
Right.
are
Life is the conspiracy.
a ping on a screen right
Right.
now.
You in the Matrix watching this?
Yeah, because this.
I mean, we all in the Matrix.
You know what I'm
This is not
saying?
life.
Don't make me seem like I'm on the high
But
horse because I'm
now-
out
now
this
what-
shit.
what-
I'm here too.
It was the red pill, right? That they wanted him to
Bro,
take.
I fast forward to that part.
Okay, good. Well, either way, we're giving you the pill that's
gotta
waking
get
you
to
up.
this shoot.
Word.
Right, that's what I knew. All
I
right,
want to
cool.
see somebody get dead.
You gotta get
Basically, I want to see
Came
you
here
go
for
kick
one
ass.
reason and one reason only.
You know.
But that
Do
movie
you know-
kind of tiptoed around that
Yeah,
shit.
that's-
and
There's a lot of movies that
It's
This
still
do that.
wake
thing
you
called
up.
life. This thing that they call life is the conspiracy itself.
But I like how the Moorish dude of and that's how I take Lawrence Fishburne. That's exactly how I see him. I see
Moorish.
him like I see him like a typically Moorish person of the earlier times before the 1800s, before they did the flim flam. You know what I'm saying? Before they got subjugated and crossed their minds. Because I understand what you mean when you say like they did do some bullshit. But again, it's not. You can't blame the entirety of their lineage based on what
because they did have a lot of advancements to society.
We did advance society. They did advance society.
Well, we are them. So.
You know what I'm saying? We did advance society, and and the vast conspiracy again. Hey, the vast conspiracy. Listen. The vast conspiracy of what you think is right and wrong is completely wrong. You know what I'm saying?
I wish you knew
backwards,
how wrong it was,
and pretty soon we're going to get to you and tell you exactly how wrong it is. But that's a conversation for another day.
Wait till we tell them that their eyes really don't see anything.
Basically.
What are you trying to freak people out, bro?
Nah, we're trying to wake people up.
I'm trying to tell you the truth. That's all I know. All I do is tell the truth.
Gotta stop letting people get left all the time. Like, let them know. Just speaking of that.
Just trying to put everybody on the same frequency.
Like that group think, man, that's real strong. People don't even think about what they be doing when there's more than one person doing something. Like for example, me and him was in the store trying to convince people why you should not buy this fish that is this bad.
Just ranch strangers?
They were about to buy the slimy, the slimy crust, the slimy
smells
fish
in the air.
That's not good for you.
And the ladies
because it's less expensive.
Yeah, it's on sale.
Man,
on sale?
Man.
I'm gonna cook it today.
Man, shit should have been.
That's not what I told you. I said, yo, look at this. Her daughters was there.
That's the Matrix.
Right.
That's it. So,
you ran into somebody who's so deep in the Matrix, and you are not in the same spot in the Matrix as them. So what you're saying sounds crazy to them because they still at that same spot. You gotta work
it's
people
comfortable,
to it.
bro. They're just comfortable.
Convenience has led to the Matrix.
And there was a saying back in the days, right? Like where it's like, if you just don't want to see, fine. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But blissful ignorance is going to lead you to damnation. You know what I'm saying? And I think that being happy to be stupid is a very stupid thing. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even think people realize that.
That's the thing. And without that, when somebody tells you a fact, right? Mm-hmm. They immediately want to give you what they heard or what they feel. No, this is irrefutable fact. Mm-hmm. You can't deny it. Here it is, black and white. This is what it is. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? This has been related and researched and categorized and theorized, and here are the results of that. Mm-hmm. That's why I love science. You know what I'm saying? Because while I don't covet anything, but I can certainly grasp the knowledge that science allows me to grasp because, hey, you know what? I can pick up that chess piece right there and I can break down the molecular structure of it. You know what I'm saying?
So now that we touched on this Matrix conspiracy, let's lighten the mood a little bit and talk about the flat Earth conspiracy.
Oh God!
What?
Because I don't know if it's just my Facebook feed, but lately I've been seeing so many flat Earth videos that I just want to talk about it.
Which one of these rappers was talking that smack?
B.O.B.
B.O.B. Now B.O.B. I think he was.
He said the Earth was flat.
He thinks the Earth is flat.
Kyrie Irving said the same thing.
Yeah, I seen that.
All right, Kyrie Irving, you play with a spherical device to shoot the damn ball. You better cut it out, man. All right,
you better
cut it out,
get you
man. Don't make me. You better. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Let's be honest here, man. If you really genuinely believe that the Earth is flat, I've got a flat substance to hit you with. It's called a frying pan. You know what I'm saying? Because you got him.
But how do you explain it? Like it not being like right now it's nighttime over here, and we know in China or someplace or another it's daytime. So how do you explain that with the flat Earth?
Right, the Earth rotates on an axis. Okay.
Yeah, the idea of an axis, like even if you look at the axis or the way the world will tilt at anything, just even the way the sun moves.
Wind?
Wind?
Like, how would you explain wind if the Earth is flat? Like that.
Right. It doesn't mean.
Making wind?
Like that's exactly. You got everything. Like the way the world moves, the way it rotates would explain the way the wind blows. And if it was flat, the wind would just blow straight. Like it wouldn't even.
So now, why are so many people getting
group think? If you sold a good point on anything, I might just get stuck on it. Like if you said, yo, if you didn't smoke the cigarettes, if you smoke cigarettes, it's gonna kill you. But if you eat them, they have to live on, and they clean your teeth. And you're like, how? The dry tobacco absorbs all it absorbs the bacteria off your teeth, So you don't have to swallow it. You just spit
Did you
it out.
just make this up?
Bang.
Oh,
got
okay.
it. Got you and him.
You didn't get it.
I
No, but I'm saying, I at least got your attention.
Incredulous
So
about.
you pretty much saying the niggas been distorted.
Yeah.
Hit with so much distortion that when they hear what you guys are saying, they don't even get it.
Yeah, it's just like, what?
It's like when they hear the scientific facts that you were making, like they had this written down. They're like,
Nah, because at the end
doesn't
of
make
all,
sense.
at the end of all that, I'd have just been like, "Who told you that?"
Right.
Like that's what I would have said to you. Like,
But if it was a
who
group
told
of
you
10
that?
of y'all and
I
7 of
didn't
y'all
know
was
that.
cool with that.
But guess what? Now, and I want y'all. But what that demonstrates right there is exactly how our democratic system worked in this past election, with all the fake news stories that were circulated, and people bought that shit.
It's not a conspiracy.
I mean, well, no, that's not a conspiracy. That is actual fact. So, hey, score 1 for you, asshats.
As in,
Huh?
But flat Earth, it has
Flat Earth?
It has been proven.
No, listen.
Russia ran a lot of
That's
ads.
right. That was
Yeah,
actual.
that's
That's a
what you
fact.
mean.
Yeah, but it's flat
But
Earth.
flat Earth, like I seen a video. This guy said that he was quoting the Bible, so you already know it was going to be. Choo choo. But he said that the Earth is on 4 pillars,
Oh my.
and it has a glass dome over it,
that's intense.
and that the sun and the moon are inside the glass dome, and that the Earth's a flat surface, and the sun and the moon just move on the glass dome all day.
Oh, lovely. And you know what? I prefer the Greek thing of Atlas holding the
We just
world
can't
up on
see
his
the glass,
shoulders.
huh?
Yeah, that's what he said. We can't see the glass.
But we can go out of it through a spaceship. Okay. Right.
Right.
He's saying, and then that's what they also say. They said that never happened. They said we never been in space. They said, they take all these pictures of space, but where are all the satellites in the pictures? How come we don't see the satellites if you're in space taking pictures of the planet?
You know something funny? I ain't gonna lie to you. I used to have Dish Network, and Dish Network used to have a channel where you could actually just sit there and watch the planet Earth through their satellite. It's always interesting.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, I've seen plenty of shit. If you look at the moon, like,
yeah, like you
I
can
don't know if y'all seen
understand
that new the P9000 camera that they just dropped, and they zoomed all the way in on the moon. You can actually see the bitch rotating. Like, come on, man! Like, if that's a spear and we're down here, so that's gonna be a spear and we gonna be flat.
You flat earthers are flat skulled.
Jeez.
Not to insult anybody.
I'm not insulting
no
you.
offense.
You insult yourself with your lack of intelligence. Like, seriously, like, how? How?
All disrespect, tripping,
Like, how?
tripping.
Tripping.
I don't know, man. Like, that's just... What? Look at... What?
People are believing this, and then, like B.O.B. and Kyrie will stand by that shit. Like, they really think that the Earth is flat right now.
Certain people, you just gotta let them talk and just let them.
Right.
They say you don't see a curve, so it must be flat.
What do you mean you don't see the curve? You look at the horizon, you can see the horizon shift. You know what I'm
You
saying?
just gotta say
Like,
okay, or change the subject.
Right. Smile and nod.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Smile and nod.
Like, yo, you about to drop 40 tomorrow?
Right.
You just gotta leave him alone. Like,
So this is a conspiracy that them fools never got on the moon. Do you think that's true?
I've heard that many
Never?
times. I've heard it was
they
it was
faked the
filmed
moon landing.
in Hollywood. I've always questioned, the one thing I always questioned about it was, hey, you know, if there's no wind in space or there's no air, how does the flag ripple, right? And think about that. There's a vacuum in space. There's no air.
But how do they
true.
know that?
Yeah.
How do they know that it's a vacuum
Because
out there?
there's still
Because
a
if
form-
that was the first time they were going out there, they can't possibly know it's a vacuum out there
Right.
because
Yeah,
it's their
that's-
first time
I
going.
mean, didn't
And Russia has been to space,
Right,
so it's just
Sputnik.
like
Sputnik was the first I believe was the first manned spacecraft to reach space, right? Was it
So how would that motherfucker who went in there know it's a vacuum out there? I'm
He
not
would have
going
to come
out there.
out, right.
I'm not
pop
going out
that
there.
off. Like,
But I
that's
know
a
it's a
real
vacuum
reach.
out there. It's a vacuum.
Oh no, it's vacuum
Take a
out
glove
there.
off. There's a vacuum. Like,
Russia, they got on the moon.
No, they didn't
Nah,
make it.
they
They made it to
just-
space
they just-
first. They just
that
made
was
it
the
to
race,
space first.
and then we went to the moon.
Right.
I don't think none of them niggas made it to the moon. I think United States didn't make. I think that whole shit is.
I think it could have been falsified. I think we've been there since, because I mean, space travel is a thing. We have an international space station. It is up there. But I do believe that maybe back in 1965, 69, maybe
I
not.
would say that because it was a race of
But
intelligence
I
at
wonder.
that time. So
Right.
would you want to be embarrassed like that? It was supposed to be the power country. So.
Right.
And then, but what wonders me about it, like if it was fake, why wouldn't Russia continue to go then? Like, why wouldn't they just still go? Because they're like, we know that shit is fake.
Oh, because we put our phaser missiles on the moon first. Damn it!
Phaser missiles.
I don't know.
But let's say we can all know it's fake, and if they had scientists on their side, they would have been able to look at that footage and determine that it wasn't true. So then, why wouldn't they continue and then they actually go to the moon?
Well, I think a lot of that was a lot of the propaganda of the Cold War sneaking into that. Like, intelligence wasn't exactly intelligence back then. You know what I'm saying? So maybe what we thought they were doing, they weren't actually, and vice versa type deal. You know what I'm saying? You know, everybody's selling secrets, but the secrets may still be lies. You know what I'm saying? It was a weird time.
Yeah.
Not that I was there.
But speaking of that time, has anybody read the JFK files that were released?
Not yet. No, I've been waiting to sit down quietly with those, and I'm interested to find out.
I was hearing that there was a phone call made to Britain about it 25 minutes before it happened.
I believe it.
25 minutes before this shit happened.
Of the moon landing?
No, the JFK assassination.
Oh.
We went to that conspiracy.
Sorry. I'm here. I'm here. I did lose y'all. My apologies, man. But it was so much at one time. I just had it. That's why I asked. I didn't want to ask. I want to see maybe I'll figure it out, but I didn't want to get too lost.
But for a long time, people said that was a setup. So now is this the
confirmation?
The check?
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
I have to read the papers to find out for sure.
But I mean, like,
and I don't know if I
what do you
believe
think?
it anyway.
What do you think? Oh, based on what you know right now, what do you think?
I believe that JFK was assassinated by the United States government.
You?
No, I'm gonna say the same thing because for the simple fact that like, on some realness, because like there's a lot of videos right now, you should even look them up on YouTube, that JFK was dropping like hints in some of his speeches, and that they're saying that they're highlighting like some things that he said like about secret people in the government and all
trying to make that weather machine,
and they saying that like it was like splots, and I feel like because I feel like he was the youngest president, and like them old heads, they've already been through this. Like, this is their dying ages. This dude was
why
like,
do we think he was set up? Do we think it was aliens? Was it because he
it's a business
touched on a lot of things that he was going to talk about openly with the public? So, what do you think was the main reason for what had happened to him, or do you think it was just a culmination? I think
just a culmination of everything. Like, you can't be out here exposing our secrets. Yeah. Who the hell do you think you are, Mr. President?
Yeah, like the people can't know the truth,
right? They're not ready for the truth.
But it goes further than that because then some people don't trust the government, but then there's a lot of people that do trust the government and what they do. So like you think about it, if you get any of those people who really do start questioning stuff, it's like that's a good point. And then bang, over that, like, and that's what we think that controls the world. Like we leave everything to convenience. That's why people love these people so much. Everything's convenient.
And it's crazy that we live in a world where it's so many conspiracies that we can question about when it's only one truth. Like, it's only one thing that truly happened. So why is there so many different sides to so many different things? It's like, it gets to a point where you start to question everything and like, what is real actually?
I ain't gonna lie, and as we gain further knowledge on it, I definitely want to come back to conspiracies and talk about that void they found in the pyramid. You know, that's something we definitely got to try and figure out because I definitely want to know what that is. I ain't lying. You know,
you will talk with the ancestors; they'll tell you.
I believe it too. But hey, man.
I mean, I felt like this was a great episode. We talked about a lot of deep things.
Definitely.
And had some fun.
Now I understand what you meant with that, bro. I apologize for vibing out, man. Just vibe that one.
Just follow. I'll lead you to the way. But thanks for joining us. We appreciate everybody.
Always.
As always, of course, do what you do. Let us know how you liked it. Like, subscribe, share, and all that jazz. And
stay focused. Stay blessed.
And on that note,
gone now.
Being Black and filled with youth isn't about the colors you use or the respect you gotta prove. It's showing that your heart is richer than them other dudes. With determination, nothing can disrupt or make you lose. I wanna speak the truth, speak what's true, speak through the law of the spirit from the creator who actually has a clue about excelling.